Okay, I think we're back.
Yes, yes, okay.
Perfect. So, sorry for the technical difficulties. I just sent out a message to everyone that we are up and running again. Um,
Okay.
so, Ori, we'll back up and just say, this. I know this has been a really tough time for all small businesses, especially local restaurants. And you all are
Yeah.
always some of the folks who are keeping the community going. You provide the space for people to get together. You deliver the food that keeps people nourished. So tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about even before COVID started. Why did you want to open Zaz in Hyde Park, and what's your background, and what are you trying to do with the
Sure.
restaurant?
Yeah, sure. So, my name is Olrie. I'm the chef owner of Zaz in Hyde Park. Of This year is actually my 8th year being over in Hyde Park and Zaz, and it's been quite a journey, to say the least. Obviously we've crossed different thresholds and um, different issues from time to time, but this one here is one to remember. I know that the ironic thing is I just recently upgraded. I decided to do a renovation and actually open up another space next to the existing space, and we took over the other building. And so the construction actually just completed last week. And so we were all excited and ready for a new chapter. And you know, basically we did it for not only for business sake, but also for the patrons and the customers that were always asking us to upgrade and get bigger and expand. And so we decided to finally do that. And so we added another 1,000 square footage. And the idea was to open up a space to give us flexibility to, just to be more flexible in the business in terms of hosting events or um, having larger gatherings, community events, or just different, just have a different energy. And we were all excited and ready to go, and then this happened. So there's a lot of things that at stake here, and again, a lot of investment at hand, and a lot of we just poured in a lot of money to this project. um, and right now we made a decision to do meal plans and so forth to kind of get things moving in that direction and to keep the staff employed, and also to be able to feed people who are unable to cook or unable to go to the stores for now. So um, it's a lot. It's a lot to juggle right now, but we try to do our best to make it work.
So, I know right now no one can come into the restaurant to eat there because this it's takeout only for all restaurants during this public health emergency. But after your renovations and after all of this is done, how many people can you seat in your restaurant? Tell us about the food concept and what you offer.
Yeah. So my history again for me, I'm from the Caribbean, born and raised in Grenada. I lived also in Trinidad, and so my family. I was raised by my grandparents, kind of learning how to cook at a young age. So my food, the main spice I use a lot of Caribbean ingredients, but I love the fusion concept of adding an Asian as well. So it's like an Asian Caribbean fusion, and so it's popular in its own right. We do a lot of stuff that's different and unique. So we're going to continue in that that same mantra, and also provide a freshness. And I think that's one of our things is we're not fast food, we are fresh food. So we're gonna provide still that same concept. We're gonna add a few extra seating, uh, bring it up to around 45. As in the past it was 19. So we're gonna add some extra seating. We're gonna add some space for like a live band, live music. And so we're gonna cater to a lot of requests from our customers as well in terms of adding some vegan options, adding options for just different diet restrictions that we always try to heed to. So at the extent, that part of the business for me is easy. I love creating food. I love creating recipes. Um, you know, Obviously when at times like these, my thing is to try to see how I can keep my staff, and people right now they're worried about getting a paycheck or having the hours to feed their families. So we've been trying to do different things, be creative with it. We even going to be offering um, not only the meal prep, offering to go to people's homes that are not um, that the virus hasn't affected, and be able to go and cook at people's homes as well. And so we're just trying to just stay innovative, stay creative with this whole process, and again, just see how we can just cover all ends while we're doing it.
Yeah, so I mean, it sounds amazing when people will finally be able to come back in and have up to 45 folks and events and that fresh food and sort of community gathering. But we really need to make sure that you can survive until then when people can come back in. So, how many staff do you have, and tell us what the meal plans are and how much in sales you might have been, what losses you're experiencing now after this kind of shutdown has been going on.
Well, in terms of losses, like I said, with the renovation, we just spent upwards to 50,000 between the renovation and just backed up, from. 'Cause we started before the Canora came, we started doing like limited hours to finish the renovation. So we're already behind in terms of our numbers, and so the idea was to reopen with a grand opening, and do like in the past we didn't open on Sundays, so we're going to offer Sundays as well, Sunday brunches, and offer the space as a promotion and so forth. So that there's a different marketing aspect we were going to tap into to kind of you know get money that we were losing from closing those many days. And so for me, the main objective is trying to figure out this again, being trying to figure out ways that we can keep revenue coming in. A lot of my catering events, I do a lot of catering and so forth. A lot that got canceled.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of the there's only probably like on the schedule now. There's only two events that's still in stone, and that's a wedding we have coming up in October, and another event we have in August that are still at hand. But for the most part, everything has got canceled, so that's affected my numbers drastically. Um, and just you know, not being able to open the door itself, because what I noticed last week with my numbers, when we were open to the public, people were not eating out as much. So then I had to weigh the option of um, keeping the doors open, yet being at a deficit in terms of paying my staff, paying my overhead, and not having limited foot traffic. So that was affecting my numbers. So then we decided to just close the door altogether and only do meal prep. The meal prep is we do it in stages. We have 2 days meal prep. We do it on Mondays and on Thursdays. And what we do is we pretty much open up a weekly menu and um, variety menu of different starch options, different meat options, different veggie options, and people get to choose up from minimum of 3 days upwards to how many of the meals they wanted from like it could be from 3 to 12, for example, and so they get to choose how many meals they want me to drop off. We have a delivery service that's in house, and I'm using my staff to deliver so that this way they can have money coming in for themselves. So we have a delivery fee, um, and the average for meal is $20 per meal, and again you can edit, you can tweak, you can change if you want to have a cup of rice and jerk chicken, or if you want to have mac and cheese and side of veggie, whatever option we have, a kid friendly options as well. And so my goal is again to listen to the fans and see what they would like in terms of options. We try to put out a poll every week to see what some of your Zaz favorites you would like on the meal prep, and we move it like that.
And where can folks go to find that poll and give their feedback or to order, kind of get on the list to get the meals delivered?
So there's two options. There's Instagram platform, and there's also Facebook, and also the website. But mainly we have a lot of traction on social media platforms right now. So they do a lot of the Facebook feeds and Instagram feeds. You get a lot of the also the polls on Instagram.
Got it. Okay. And so, I mean, how many people are you able to be delivering meals to? What's your idea? Like, how many people are ordering now, and how many would you really need to be ordering to kind of sustain what you're trying to do?
So I think what did we notice a jump? We noticed a jump. We started doing it this week. We started this past Monday here and yesterday, and we noticed a jump. From the first day we did about I believe 70 something, then it went up to high 80s. But we had to reject a few based on the distance. We were trying to, we could only go but so far, so we're trying to do it upwards to like 15 radius, 50-mile radius, and we might open that up some more because we have a lot of faithful Zaz lovers, I like to call them, that are further out. So we might open up the radius a little bit further out, and probably with a little additional cost as well, and spread out the time frame to drop it off. So we're just trying to tweak. We're going to tweak as we go. One of the things that I noticed, even because I do my own shopping, so one of the things I noticed is as we put out the menus and the options, when you go into these stores, a lot of stuff is sold out, or a lot of stuff is limited. So again, these are things that for me, I'm the creator of the recipe and so forth. So like I have to try to keep up with a menu based on what's available in the stores, if you know what I'm saying. So like, I'm confident in the chef for I could make different things. So we're gonna go week by week with a menu selection and kind of see what's available. Because last week we were pretty much limited with salmon. For example, we do a lot of salmon options, and so a lot of the salmon were sold out. And so we had to try to find stores that had availability, and so these are some of the things that we're going kind of working through. Even the rice, we do a lot of jasmine rice, a lot of basmati rice on the menu, and some of the rices are sold out too. So trying to find options, trying to find the different variety stuff that we use that we familiar with, or even the customers are familiar with, some certain flavors or certain options. So we're gonna tweak as we go, and edit as we go, so to speak, and just make it work.
So, for some of the people who are worried about the spread of the virus or not coming out or interacting with folks, can you tell us about, what's your staff doing to make sure that you all are totally safe and healthy as you're doing that food prep and delivery?
So what we're gonna do starting next week, we didn't do it this week, but we're gonna start actually checking temperatures of the staff to make sure that the staff is fine. And um, so far, because from what I'm hearing in the news, you can be contagious. Well, you can't have it without showing any symptoms. So, which is really crazy to me. So we're gonna try to check temperature and make sure that the staff is obviously we fully in terms of being sanitized and bleach, Lysol, and wipes, and all these different things we have fully stocked. I even have some in my car as we speak. We have it all over. So, like for me, it's a matter of just keeping stuff on hand, but also making sure that the staff is being um, upfront about how they're feeling and not worried about trying to make a dollar. And that's something that we have to keep in mind. Um, you know, at all times, the ultimate goal is not only to be safe, but also that we delivering food that are safe to eat as well.
Yeah. And tell me what some of your staff are feeling. What are the stories of what they're going through? A lot, some of them might have kids now who are home because of the schools being closed. I mean, what are people having to juggle?
Yeah, so that's another thing. Some of my best help that has kids, they're unable to work because the kids are home without daycare, and so that's something that they're dealing with, and so for me as a you know it's difficult to juggle that because again I'm a small business, and there's only I'm limited in certain things I would like to do in terms of help, um, and the that's part of the thing that we haven't even my team and I we trying to figure out what are ways that we can still like I told you earlier with even the delivery service we kind of offering a couple of staff drive in opportunities to deliver food to get money. or just someone that wants to just clean dishes after we do the prep. We just try to find ways to kind of still keep people put money in their pockets. And so there's a couple of staff that are dear to my heart that are unable to work. So we're gonna try to find ways and try to figure out how we can help. We haven't even got there yet.
And what do you think it'll take from the government side or funding, just in the long term, to get everyone back up on their feet, especially our restaurants and small businesses?
Well, that's one of the again, as a small businessman, that's I constantly have this gripe because even with this project I just did, um, for me investing that much money into a building that's not my own, and having to deal with 1010 Mass Ave and all the issues that I have to go through as a small business, even in Boston, period, that has its own roadblocks and red tapes. And then different things, all these different areas to get money. And for me, it's a catch 22. Is Can you hear me?
Yeah, you just went out for a second, but you're back.
Okay, as a small business, it's there's not many small business owners or entrepreneurs that I know personally that has great credit. So like, when they're offering these loans, for example, the criteria is just so ridiculous to me because you're offering a loan to a small business and you expect the small business to have great credit, or you expect the small business to have you know the just some of the things that they're looking for. To me, it's I don't understand. I've always had a gripe with that because prior to Zaz, I've had an outstanding credit, and I've owned property. I've done different things, and because you have this passion to do this thing, whatever craft or whatever it is, and you're blessed with that talent, and you want to provide it to the public, and in a lot of ways, you want to hold on to that business. So in a lot of times you end up ruining your credit, or you end up ruining your family's credit, or whatever it is, to try to hold on to the business. And in doing so, it comes back to bite you because now they're offering these different loans that you are unable to qualify for because you know your credit is messed up or something. You didn't have the right system in place to have a bookkeeper, or there's different things that you did that was inadequate before because you had to do what you had to do to survive. And obviously, I'm in year 8, so I've went through these process of learning as I go. And as you, unfortunately, as a small business, when you learn as you go, if you don't learn quick enough, you lose money as you go, and you're able to, it's just it's really difficult for me. That's really dear to my heart, that topic, because I feel a lot towards it. And even I looked at one of the applications a couple of days ago with the SBA loan. I'm like, this is crazy. Who's really going to qualify for that? Probably like a small percentage, below 50, I would guess, if I would have said, and so that's to me, that's a whole other topic, but that would take a lot of time. But I think government assistance, and so is a great thing if it reaches the right people, or if it reaches the masses and not the ones that are already doing great or established, but the ones that are really struggling, and not just struggling to bring people in the door, but struggling to knowing procedures and keeping a business afloat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Got it.
just um, it's just that topic is really, it's because I have a lot of friends that own salons, that own restaurants, and you know that money only reaches so far on so many people. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, you go through all these issues on top of the other issues with the tent and massive and some of the pitfalls, some of the roadblocks that's there. It's very it's not easy, trying to be successful or trying to do things in a way of being, feeding your family and so forth. So I've
Yeah.
made it so far. Like I've said, 8 years. It's been a journey. I have a lot of stories to tell about it, because it's good with the bad. But I'm I believe in God, and I meditate a lot. I pray a lot, so that's helped me to kind of be be at peace with a lot of things and keep my focus. But not everyone has that mentality. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and I mean it's hard even during, quote unquote normal times, much less now when everything is so much more
right.
restricted and people are really scared. So we want to try to help support you through this and just make
Yes.
sure we're lifting up the restaurants who are staying open right now as a almost as a public service to give people options and to keep folks fed and happy. Um, so I know you had told us once before. Tell us again on Instagram. It's Zaz Restaurant.
Yes. On Instagram is Zaz Restaurant, ZAZ Restaurant. On Facebook is Zaz Restaurant and Catering on Facebook. We do a lot of stuff. We try to. I think I reached out to Councilor Arroyo this morning. I placed a call, and I'm trying to see if I can even help assist in helping people of need that may need food. The ones that are unable to provide, like the elderly or people who are really struggling at this time. I'm trying to use my platform in any way if I can even do personal delivery to people who are really in need during this time, and and try to help in whatever way we can. So a lot of times, what's happening, what I notice is we'll have an few meals that's left over, and so upwards to a dozen. So I don't mind making even extra and try to help our people who are in need, during this time.
Thank you so much, Olrie. I know you and the whole industry are incredibly generous, and you get into this, not because of the profit margins, but to lift people up. And so
Exactly.
we want to support
Exactly.
you. So thank you for joining us. We'll stay in touch and keep us updated. So in the meantime,
Thank you.
order
Thanks.
order several days at a time, and make sure we're
Yeah.
keeping this great community institution going. All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right. All right. Have a good one. All right.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.